Hello everyone, welcome to another Document Solutions webinar. My name is Hunter Haaf and I'm the Product Manager for Document Solutions, and today we're excited to announce the new v8.1 release. In this webinar, I'll be covering all the main highlighted features included within this release, which you can see listed here. I'll go over each of these features in detail throughout this webinar, but for a quick overview, I'll quickly touch on each of them now. In Document Solutions for PDF, we've added the ActionSound class to help support multimedia files and sounds played within a PDF document. This class is also supported within our Document Solutions PDF Viewer. Speaking of our Document Solutions for PDF Viewer, we've added an interactive table data extraction feature which allows you to select and extract data from a table, either copied to a file or directly to your clipboard, all controlled within the Viewer UI. In Document Solutions for Excel, you can now export cell addresses to exported tables from HTML documents. In Document Solutions for Excel Java Edition, we've added the ability to clone workbooks, which allows you to make changes to a cloned workbook without impacting the original. Last but certainly not least, we have added support for two new fields, an index and inclusion field, within the Document Solutions for Word API library. That's it for the overview. Now we'll take some time to go through each of these new features individually. In Document Solutions for PDF, we've added the ActionSound class that can be used to play sounds when triggered, which is typically done through an event such as a button click. In the code on the left, we create two push button fields on the PDF, one for the Submit button and one for the Reset button. For both buttons, we create a new action sound that plays on click, and we set this action sound via a sound object that we are taking from a waveform audio file.
Form successfully submitted.
Here we can see a short clip of loading in this generated PDF with the action sounds applied within our DsPdf Viewer, which is our front-end JavaScript PDF viewer.
Form successfully submitted. Form has been reset.
Speaking of our DsPdf Viewer, we've also added interactive table data extraction, which allows you to select and extract tabular data from a PDF either by exporting it to a file or copying it to the clipboard directly. To access this feature, you'll simply click on the new Extract Table Data button on the main DsPdf Viewer sidebar. Clicking the Extract Table Data button opens a side panel with options for selecting a table region on the page, canceling a selection, adjusting row, column spacing and height, resetting the options, copy the selection, previewing the data selected, downloading data as TSV, CSV, JSON, XLSX, XML, and HTML formats. If you'd rather access the side panel programmatically instead of via the UI, you can call the Add Table Extraction Panel method in your code behind when manipulating your DsPdf Viewer object settings. In Document Solutions for Excel, we've added the ability to include cell addresses when exporting workbooks that include tables in HTML format. This is accomplished through the addition of the Cell Attribute Options Dictionary property, which is a new property included in the HTML Save Options class that utilizes the cell attribute enumeration. The cell attribute enumeration includes the address property, which allows DsExcel to export worksheet cell elements with an included address attribute when exporting to HTML. This new property will help users locate each cell element in the exported HTML files. In the code on the right, we can see that we create a new zip file stream to handle our HTML export on line 2. After creating a new workbook object and setting it to an existing XLSX file via a file stream, we create a new instance of the HTML Save Options class on line 10. From here, on line 13, we can access cell attribute options and add the cell element's address to be included within our HTML Save Options. Lastly, we save the workbook in HTML format while applying our save options. Now below, on the right-hand side, we can see the cell address information that would be captured in our table export in HTML format. In Document Solutions for Excel Java Edition, we've added the ability to clone workbooks. This can be accomplished through the new workbook.clone method, which clones the current workbook and returns a new instance of that workbook. In the code below, we create a new workbook object and load in an existing xlsx file to the workbook. On line 8, we then create a second instance of the workbook by cloning the original. We then delete the first sheet from the cloned workbook and save the workbook. When we view the two files below, we can see that the original file that would have been affected by the original workbook instance still includes both worksheets and has not been altered, while the new file affected by the cloned workbook instance is missing the first sheet, which has since been deleted. In Document Solutions for Word, we've added support for two new fields, the index field and the XE field. The index field is used, as the name suggests, to create an index of terms or topics that are mentioned within the document. The XE field is used to mark text for inclusion into an index. These fields can be utilized through the update fields and update methods. Document Solutions for Word supports strong typed access to the options of the index and XE field types, which can be used to read and write arguments or switches by using the new index field options and XE field options classes. These strong typed fields are also supported when exporting the document to PDF. In the code on the right, we create a new paragraph that's filled with lorem ipsum text within our Word document object. We then create an XE field by utilizing the XE field options class, and we add the text content of the newly added paragraph to the XE field. We then add the XE field to our paragraph object in the document. Next, we create a new paragraph object for our index field, which we begin by setting up by making a new instance of the index field options class. Then we set the number of columns and headings we want for our index. Lastly, we apply the index field to our Word document by creating new complex field objects and adding it to our paragraph by initializing it to our newly set index field options. The completed document showing its index page can be seen on the bottom right, with its two columns and headings set from our index field options settings, and the content set from our XE field options settings. And with that, we've come to the end of this webinar presentation. If you'd like to review all the updates included in the v8.1 release mentioned in this webinar, please feel free to check out our latest What's New blog, where the link is mentioned on this slide, and for those watching on YouTube, also included in this video description. If you have any feedback you'd like to share about this release, please contact us at us.sales@meshius.com. Thanks for watching and attending this Document Solutions v8.1 webinar.